This section heading is called Inserting Code into a Program. So the first thing that we're going to do is start the environment up. So once the overlay has disappeared, click Bob in the topology to launch the virtual machine into a window. Okay, so now the next thing we'll do is we'll log in as root using our funky password. So now once on the system, let's go over a hypothetical scenario. So we have Bob the hacker. So Bob the hacker has recently exploited a server that's used for a Python e-learning course. On this server, there's a bunch of student data, such as their name, email, where they work, and just kind of general information about themselves, as well as their aptitude level with Python. So what the attacker is going to do is they're going to craft their attack based on that information. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to go inside of the Lab 14 directory. So inside of there, what we're going to find is a file called remote shells. So the attacker is looking to basically take a program, right? So they know that the student likes Python. They know that they don't know a lot about Python. They're looking at kind of like beginner courses. And what the hacker wants to do is they know how to form a remote shell. So they went out and got a bunch of commands off of PentestMonkey that can be actually used to form those shells. So if we open up remote shells, we're going to copy the first entry. So Control C, we can close this out. And then we're going to go into here. So what the attacker's done is they went out to GitHub and they just basically copied something that was open source, right? And they used it as a template in order to create their own program. When running the program, the instructions within there is going to tell the student to actually run this right here. So this is kind of like a setup script, right? So now underneath here, they're going to paste that command. So now what they need to adjust on here, because this is exactly copied from PentestMonkey, is they need to adjust the socket. So we're going to have our listener on 8, and then the IP address of this station right here is 192.168.1.5. So we're going to click Save, close this, and then we're going to come over to the terminal. So now that the attacker has kind of like that crafted package, right, the Python calculator, he's got the command injected in there. And now what he's going to do is he's going to zip it because he wants to use this in a social engineering attack. So we're going to set our working directory to the Lab 14 directory. So the tilde means your home directory, and that's what we're in right now. And then we're going to go desktop, we're going to go exploits, and then we're going to go Lab 14. So now that we set our current working directory, we're going to actually zip that file. So we're going to type tar. We're going to use the following options, which are C, Z, V, F. And then once again, now we're providing the path to the desktop, and we're going to specify the name of the zipped file as well as the file that we want to zip. So we're going to go desktop, and then the name of the file that we're going to call it, the zip file that we're going to call is going to be called calc.tar.gz. And the directory that we want to zip is going to be the calc directory. Okay, so we'll hit enter. We can see in the background over here that we've got our zip file. And now all we're going to do is we're going to set up that listener. So we're going to type netcat-lvp, and the port is going to be 8.